through the sky. The water looks bluer to her pretty eyes. Everyone knows it whenever she flies, and also when she comes down. Hank keeps his head up and walks through these streets. Every stranger and drifter he meets, and shakes hands with every loner he meets, with a serious look on his face. Love arrives safely, suitcase in tow, carrying with her the good things we know. A reason to live and a reason to grow, to trust, to hope, to care. Kate sits alone on the hood of his car, without much regard for the moon or the stars, lazily killing the last of a jar of the strongest stuff you can drink. Love takes a taxi, a young man drives. As soon as he sees her, hope fills his eyes. Tears follow laughter at the end of the ride, as he might never see her again. Hate gets home lucky to still be alive. He screams over the sidewalk and into the drive. The clock in the kitchen says 2:55, and the clock in the kitchen is slow. Love has been waiting, patient and kind, just wanting a phone call or some kind of sign. But the one that she cares for, who's out of his mind, will make it back safe to her arms. Hate stumbles forward and leans in the door, weary and hung down, eyes to the floor. He says, "Love, I'm sorry," and she says, "What for? I'm yours, and that's it, whatever. I should not have been gone for so long. I'm yours, and that's it, forever. You're mine, and that's it, forever." The full weight and attention of love can feel overwhelming. Love, in addition to caring for hurt animals, collecting quirky superstitions, and looking for the best in people, also calls to us in our most vulnerable moments. And sometimes we hide from that call. It feels too scary, too personal, too overwhelming to be seen in our pain. When I first started with my current therapist, she did something that drove me crazy. When she was listening to me tell an especially hurtful, sad story, she would listen closely, and she would make these little sounds, like, oh, And I was so uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything. I thought, I'm a bigger person. She can't help it. I'll just ignore it. And I didn't mention it to her until several months later when it came up in passing about how wonderful I was for not mentioning things that annoyed me, such as the noises she made when I told her something serious. And of course, we had to stop and have a conversation right then and there. And I realized that I was worried that my hurt was spilling over and hurting her, or that she was taking on my stories too seriously, and that I was uncomfortable with the weight of her love. And it was true, she can't help it. She still does that. But it doesn't bug me anymore because it doesn't feel so overwhelming to be seen in those moments. In today's gospel reading, we hear Jesus longing to gather the people of Jerusalem as a hen gathers her chicks. Chicks tucking in for the night is an adorable sight. But if you've ever lived on a farm, you've also seen the opposite. The moments when fluffy little chicks scatter in every direction, running as fast as their little toothpick legs will take them as they chase bugs and fuzz and whatever captures their attention. When Jesus says that Jerusalem was not willing to be gathered, I imagine people scattering from the weight of love like those chicks scattered. What is it that might have caused Jerusalem to resist the call of love? What is it that causes us to scatter? It might not be because we're filled with hate. The Avett Brothers song that I used at the beginning of this lesson is called The Ballad of Love and Hate. But hate is really sadness, loneliness, and hurt. Hate is us when we think we cannot possibly be loved, so we set out to prove how unlovable we are. Hate is us when we're so disappointed that love didn't show up the way we expected, that we push it away when we do see it. Hate is us when love seems so overwhelmingly kind that we reflexively try to curl up around our hurt and hide it from view. We don't always know the things in our own past that have built up our resistance to love, but we can notice our responses now. We can invite our discomfort in for a cup of tea and ask it questions about what feels so painful and why it wants to dart around like a chip on a warm spring day. When we dart around independently, it's not only a way to avoid receiving kindness and love, but it also makes it harder to care for each other. Sure, we can chase someone down and try to give them kindness, but the chasing might only highlight the collective loneliness that we feel. We want to be together. We want to belong. We want our vulnerability to be meaningful and not a weakness. This week, one of my violin students came back after being gone for a week. And I don't know what had happened the week before, but we have a 24-hour cancellation policy, and they had canceled before, so they weren't charged, and they just worked on my schedule for last week. But this week, at her lesson, at the end, her mom came in, and she put a cash payment in my hand. She gave me a hug, and she said, I don't know what it's like to be a single mom, but I didn't mean to not make it to the lesson last week, and I just wanted to give you this. And in that moment, I wanted to tell her all of the beautiful things that I saw in the world. That it was a sunny day, that it was pie day, and I was going to have pie later. That my kids were doing well this week. That Rainier hadn't actually been anyone at school in several days. But I realized that wanting to tell her those good things was to hide the fact that it is hard to be a single mom. And so I cried and I hugged her back and I said, yeah, it's hard. And that was all. But I learned in this process, and I have been learning, that it's those moments where my vulnerability is a weakness. Accepting love is a practice that grows in capacity as we practice. And we can begin today. We can accept kind words from ourselves and other people. We can invite our discomfort in for a first cup of tea. You can binge watch the new season of Queer Eye on Netflix, like I did this weekend, and enjoy all of the affirming words and kindness that come from that show. And we can take a moment right now to realize that we intellectually love love, but emotionally we might scatter at the call of a mother hen. And it's okay to notice that, and to be curious, and to turn around when we hear that call. Kate stumbles forward and leans in the door. Weary and hung down eyes to the floor. He says, love, sorry, and she says, what for? I'm yours, and that's it, whatever. I should not have been gone for so long. I'm yours, and that's it, forever. You're mine, and that's it, forever.